saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, huh? They Ella they made us, huh? You know I'm icy in Vegas. This for the that hate us, huh?
All right, Coach, thank you as always. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold-out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set, 10 Lobo. Keep it up, defense, keep it up, guys.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
X3, 218, chop.
Running from the gun with Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Some trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Tighten up, General West. Hey, Charlie.
Mike 29. Northern John. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Hey.
Penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Ready?
From the gun, Herbert. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Check. Hey, check Mike.
On 1st down, Swift. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to him on 1st down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Kill.
Hey, 15.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Jim. Mike 5-5.
Yellow.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
The tackle made by Jayon Brown. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a give, right side. Swift. And he's going to get this inside the 30. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Switch gears.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
We go. Hey, check 24.
They'll try the left side. Swift, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Letting one go. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second down, here's Henry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Kill.
You draw Corker. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
To throw on third down. Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yards on the return that time. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Ridley.
What's in? 80 weapon.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
Yellow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. They'll run on first down. Swift, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Yellow. 180. 50. No gain on this. 15. Check. Let's go.
Hey, check. Mike, 50. You can't block me.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Alert 3.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Good job.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
They'll toss it to Henry. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Hey, Delta.
Here we go, team. Get off the field. Mike 9.
Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. A first down carry for Henry. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 9 now. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Yeah. Look at me. Go.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Look at me. Zipper. Hey, Haywood.
Mike 9.
Hurry.
Operating from the gun. Herbert looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes taking a deep shot, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They begin with Henry. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Right now in the second quarter on the defensive side, they got to feel pretty good about what they're doing.
They should embrace the feeling they have now, embrace the way that they're playing, and continue that through the half. I know defensive coordinators, sometimes they overthink it and start wondering how they're going to be attacked. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Yellow. All right, I got him. 15, 15.
Check 31. Check 30. 22 jet bomber. 22.
On 1st down, Swift. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
50.
We ain't giving up nothing to do.
Check 24. Check 24.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Fight on these two.
Watch the twist.
15.
Charlie.
Hey, 43. Yellow.
Over. Foxtrot. Boy.
You got to go right here. You got to
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Yellow. 180.
I got it. Check nickel.
Yellow.
Let's go, Mike. 50.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Hill, the intended receiver once again, and that'll bring up a 4th down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Showing up. Shoot. 61. Matchbox. Right.
Hey, Ripple.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Yellow. Go on, Eddie. Yellow.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check 9, check 9. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Rock it. Yo, go.
Let's go, let's bring it.
Again, it's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Small.
From the gun, Herbert. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Box truck.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Titans' 22-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's go, baby. Begin.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready?
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
It's now fourth down.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha!
Mike!
Now!
It's just me and you! It's just me and you! Mike 9! Mike 9!
Hey, exit! Deep grip! Deep grip!
Operating from the gun, Herbert. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, 58 yards, as they are able to cut into that lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Rabbit.
Ready?
From the gun, Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Darren Lee picks it.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
He's coming. We got double up. Shoot!
15!
Mike's 50!
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And it's complete to Kelsey. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
It's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Watch safety creep.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey,
6-6. Pull it high. Bam. Bam. Check go.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The Titans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Off the play fake. Herbert. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Stephon Diggs, 29 yards. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that will get them 1 closer. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Yellow, yellow.
Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part one, but